Mindfulness for caregivers. What's one technique that can help you be a happier and more gentle caregiver? Mindfulness is a strategy that can reduce the stress of being a caregiver. Being a mindful caregiver can help you during stressful times and help you be more kind through it all. Practicing mindfulness means paying attention to what's happening in the moment and accepting those experiences and feelings without judgment. Being a caregiver can be a fulfilling yet difficult role. We have all been there. One moment we are reflecting on how great we are doing as a caregiver, and the next we feel like maybe we are doing it all wrong. In order to be the best caregiver we can be, we have to find balance. One way to find balance is to learn new ways to help us manage the ups and downs. Gaining skills to help manage day-to-day changes can help us feel more fulfilled, happier, and more successful as caregivers. Mindfulness practice can be a great tool for us to use as caregivers because we can do it anywhere. We do not need any special materials to do it. And it has been shown that mindfulness practice can help decrease the stress of caregiving. Here are 4 facts about mindfulness. 1. Mindfulness is not obscure or exotic. Mindfulness is something deeply familiar to all of us because it is how we already live our lives. In the present moment, we all take in information around us all day and all night. 2. Mindfulness is not a special added thing we have to do. We do not need to change anything about who we are to practice mindfulness. Techniques of mindfulness can be simple, and when we practice them, we not only benefit our kids, we benefit ourselves and the world around us. 3. You don't need to change. Mindfulness is part of who we are at all times. It is about being more aware of where you are, right here, right now. Mindfulness practice is learning how to access this part of us. 4. Mindfulness can be a transformative practice. Anyone can do it. It can transform the way you live your life. It is effective based on scientific evidence and real-world use. It can help you be more creative and flexible. Mindfulness does not just live in your mind. Learning about mindfulness can seem difficult, and it can appear that mindfulness only occurs in your mind. The name can be somewhat misleading. Mindfulness is a way of being present mentally, but also physically. Here are a few ways we as caregivers can practice mindfulness to nourish our mind, body, and spirit. Hear your children with your full attention. We can sometimes listen to our children without really hearing them. They excitedly tell us about their day, but we find ourselves thinking about our to-do list. When we are not present for conversations, we can miss much of what is being said. Try these strategies the next time you are talking with your kids. Slow down. As caregivers, we can get swept away with all the things we need to do. A consequence of being too focused on future events is rushing through important conversations. Mentally set aside time to talk with your kids. Chances are, your to-do list will still be there later. Breathe and relax your body. When we are stressed or feeling pressed for time, sitting down for a focused conversation can be tough. If we are not focused on breathing normally and relaxing our bodies, we might accidentally send stress signals to our brain. Focus on breathing and releasing tension from your body as you talk with your kids. Listen with your heart, eyes, and ears. Listening and hearing can often be 2 different things. When we listen with all of our senses, we can gather more information than if we just listened with our ears. Take in not only what your child is saying, but how they are saying it and how they present as they are saying it. Be open and curious. When talking to your kids, fight the urge to zoom through the conversation. Yes, you are older and wiser and probably have a lot you can teach your kids, but there is a lot to be gained by being open and curious about your child's experiences. Start off conversations with an understanding that you do not know what is about to be shared with you. This will help you have more meaningful and satisfying interactions with your kids. Be accepting and non-judgmental. As said before, you carry with you wisdom. Accept your child and yourself without judgment. Being a caregiver can be exhausting. There will be many moments when you judge your child or yourself harshly. Acceptance of all feelings, even the negative ones, is important. If you can acknowledge a feeling without being overwhelmed by it, you can respond with patience rather than react out of frustration and anger. Imagine your child's feelings and match your response. This strategy asks you to imagine how your child might be feeling during a difficult moment. Your 2-year-old can't find his blankie and it's time for bed. Tears and tantrums are up next. Or your teenager is having a hard time expressing their emotions after a long day. When you stop to imagine how your child is feeling, You can respond with love and compassion. Manage your own feelings and reactions. Mindfulness does not mean caregivers never get frustrated or angry. It does mean pausing before reacting in stressful situations. Not all children know how to manage their feelings. If you can be calm when your child is not, they learn that they can depend on you during even their toughest moments. Show compassion for yourself and your child. Sometimes when children are very upset, we forget how hard and overwhelming it can be to be so young and not always in control of our day-to-day lives. Thinking about a situation from a child's point of view helps you respond with compassion. Show compassion for yourself and your child. Caregivers also deserve compassion themselves. Instead of judging and blaming ourselves, we can stop to realize that everyone struggles and these feelings are normal. Self-compassion means recognizing that caregiving is a process of learning. If your first approach didn't work the way you wanted, try something else the next time. Take a moment to consider how will you apply these strategies to your life. Learn more about how we help the helpers make wellness simple through in-person and online offerings, including workshops, education, and meeting solutions by visiting www.metzosolutions.com.